as uncomfortable as it is me. Let's go.
Starting off with Week 3's matchup of the week between Ethan and Sam, where Ethan snagged the win with the help of DK Metcalf grabbing this 18-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith. Jalen Waddle also put up some solid numbers, including this 56-yard bomb from Tua to help Miami take the lead from the Buffalo Bills. Lastly, Chubb showed why he should also be considered a top 5 back in the league, making defenders miss for a long run. B-Craft ended as the high scorer of the week, and Ethan officially beats Sam in the bodybuilding competition.
Thank you, Zach.
The Exterminators beat Greasy Hair Gibbers by 21 points thanks to the help of King Henry returning to true form. He almost botches the catch here, but he composes himself and turns it into a solid 23-yard gain. Then he continues to run through defenders before getting tackled just shy of the goal line. However, next play, he easily scores and helps carry Aldi to victory as this week's RB1 in fantasy. Justin Tucker adds a cute little 56-yard field goal. Mr. Automatic strikes again. On the other side, Justin Jefferson absolutely shit himself on live TV during Week 3, resulting in Gabe having to do back-to-back shotgun punishments. Andy versus Brett in this week's Toilet Bowl matchup. Andy owes his life to Zeke for scoring that last-minute touchdown to avoid the shotgun punishment. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown and the Eagles continue to impress. You can see Brown puts on an absolute show here to boost Brett's weekly score. On a quick slant, catches a pass from Jalen Hurts. Easy score, Eagles are rolling. However, Brett continues to thank Andy for giving him the easiest win of the week, bowing down to Sam and Hans. Brandon Mitchell outscores Brad behind a strong performance by Cordarrelle Patterson of the Atlanta Falcons. Easy little 22-yard touchdown run there, followed up by Patrick Mahomes finding his favorite target in Travis Kelce, do a little dance on him, sealing the W against Brad. Brandon tames the Brad News Bears and moves to 2-1. Sprague beats Goat Gustav to claim his first win. Live footage of Nikki waking up on Tuesday morning. Why the long face? Well, Barkley continues to dominate for Sprague, ripping off a 36-yard touchdown run here against the Dallas Cowboys. However, doesn't stop there. CeeDee Lamb also proves he's still a top wide receiver no matter who's throwing him the ball. He's sniping a one-handed touchdown pass here. Let's go to the replay. Sheesh! Barkley and CD help Sprague complete the 20-point comeback to beat Gustav on Monday Night Football. Sprague's finally thanking his team for showing up. Congrats, he's also the best manager of the week. And once again, Gabe Purvis getting slapped by a beer.
Hey, what's up, guys? Back-to-back Dookies for the Johnsons. Really need them to start. I need the squad to start picking up some slack here. JJ's been absolutely trash. Thanks, Andy, for the first round recommendation there. I need him at least to start going off, especially against Ethan this week. It's going to be a good matchup. So, anyways, I'm going to shotgun this 16-ouncer this week because I fucked up and I got a bigger can size accidentally at the store. So, cheers. Ooh. All right. So for matchups this week, I have Brad over Brett, Nick over Aldi, Sprague over B-Mitch, Sam over Andy. And I'm optimistic that I can pull out a win against Ethan this week, but we'll see. I definitely need JJ to produce a little bit. So it's kind of weighing on that. But anyways, cheers, guys. Good luck this week.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, I don't know. I think it hit that one first.
Okay. Pick one. Pick one. Okay. Pick one. Ew, dude. Ooh, almost caught it in your mouth. Let's take a look at the results from the Week 3 matchup of the week between Sam and Ethan. Ethan got the head-to-head win, winning 121 to 110. So he gets the point there. The fast food draft was an absolute blowout. I don't think Sam's restaurants got a single vote besides his own. So Chick-fil-A, Shake Shack, Chipotle, and McDonald's take the win and give Ethan another point there. Total points from Thursday Night Football. Sam got that. It went over 38 points, so he gets the points, or he gets the point there. And then the head-to-head player, Josh Allen outscored Stephon Diggs, so Sam also gets that point. The Battle Axe Fantasy Football League predictions. Both managers got 3 correct and 2 incorrect, so that is a tie, so no points are awarded there. Basically leaves it at 2-2. However, the head-to-head tiebreaker, or the head-to-head matchup, is the tiebreaker. So B Craft's Massage Parlor gets the dub, and the team who mustn't be named is going to get a new name. And with that, let's hop into Week 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Week 4 matchup of the week between Goat Gustav, led by Nick Sundquist. Let's get it. And he's facing off against the Battle Axe Fantasy Football League reigning champion, the Exterminators, led by Matthew Aldridge.
My boys all hate Matt.
Dr. D in the chat. Fellas, how are we doing tonight?
Very well, Brad. Thank you for having us on.
Of course.
Doing very well, Mr. Commissioner. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad we were able to find a time that worked well for everybody. And I'm excited to hop right into this. Make sure that's safe. It looks like it's about to catch on fire on your fire pit.
You don't got to worry about us.
All right. Take care of that battle axe. All right. We're going to hop right into this week's draft of the week, which is Nickelodeon TV shows. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Go Gustav. With the number one pick, you have the floor.
We all know. I think everyone out here knows what you're going to pick.
Hold up. Just going to look through my draft boards real quick.
Pull out the draft sheets.
All right. Yeah, let's just confirm here. And yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Cat scratch?
Zoe 101.
Zoe 101.
No, just kidding.
Hey,
We're going to have to go with the GOAT of all shows, SpongeBob. First pick overall.
Good pick. That's unanimous. Great pick. Safe pick.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. All right.
Feel good about that one.
Manager of the Exterminators. You have 2 picks. Your first rounder and second rounder back to back. You have the floor.
Pressure's on.
okay.
Because I already have number 2 lined up.
Yeah. So, Nickelodeon, what I think of, if I can't get SpongeBob, yeah, that's tough. Give me one of my personal favorites behind SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
It's a good pick.
It's a good pick. I like that.
To start the second round, I gotta think.
Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron, boy genius. Okay.
What a duo. It's only fitting that you picked that combo together. That's a package deal right there.
That's my own personal opinion. I mean, I'm not picking for favorites or for the crowd here, but
no, that's good.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's what we're here for.
I will say you picked probably number 5 and number 7 on my list.
Ooh.
I came prepared here.
All right. Go Gustav is on the clock.
Round 2, 4th pick overall. We're gonna go Drake and Josh.
That's a good pick, man. Good pick. Andy's proud of you.
Andy would love that pick. Top 5 all time.
All right.
3rd round, pick 1.
Yep.
We're gonna go Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar.
One of my personal favorites. I don't know if that'll be a hit with the crowd, but honestly, one of the greatest shows ever. If you haven't watched it through, I recommend it. It's on Netflix.
And there it is. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Good pick.
Thank you.
All right. Aldi,
I do
last
like all
2
these
picks. These are big.
So I went with my heart the first two rounds. This time I'm playing for all of you out there, okay? With my first pick at the end of the 3rd round, I select Rocket Power.
Yes, Rocket Power.
All right. That one was on my big board.
All right, 4th and final. What do you got?
See, I wanted to go with this pick. I feel like it's too closely related to one of Nikki's, so I will branch out. And I will admit I have watched a fair amount of these episodes. Let's go Zoe 101.
Nice. Hey, man. You're lying if you say you didn't enjoy that show.
I mean, we all love Zoe.
Yeah,
who doesn't
come
love Zoe?
on.
Give me James Spears after the heyday of her older sister.
Okay. You're not wrong, but we'll stay locked
our boy
in
Chase.
Here. We'll stay locked in here. All right, Nick. Let's close this out. Last pick of the 4th round. Who do you got?
All right. Well, it's very tough. There's a lot of great choices here. Appreciate all these shows for what they did for our childhood, and just want to make sure that these shows know that. I got to give an honorable mention real quick to Ned's Declassified. That was a hell of a show throughout our middle school years.
Yeah.
Coconut Head really had an impact on me. Really shaped my haircuts through middle school. But I'm going to have to go even further back than that for this pick. And I'm going to have to go way back to the very beginning and choose Rugrats. My favorite show from probably age 3 through, 6.
Yeah.
Can't leave that off of this.
Absolute classic.
It's only fitting because SpongeBob was the one that passed the torch from Rugrats, so it's fitting to have them both on this list.
I agree. To be honest, quick little summary for both teams. I think this very well could be our closest vote thus far. I know Gabe and Andy in week 2 had a tie, but I think this one's going to be close.
I think Aldi's got a more well-rounded. I've got some outliers with Avatar and Rugrats, so we'll see how that appeals to the crowd, but
yeah,
I'm really taking a risk on this one.
Avatar was a good fucking pick, and Rugrats, classic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think those were good. I think some more honorable mentions, and you can feel free to chime in, but I mean, Hey Arnold, I think could have squeezed in there. The Amanda Show, dude. I don't know.
Amanda Show.
Dude, Hillbilly Moment.
Who's there? Fire extinguisher! Fire extinguisher! I'm gonna hit you in the head with a fire extinguisher!
Give us your top picks, Kamish.
Out of the remaining, in no specific order, I would probably say the two I just said, which is Hey Arnold and The Amanda Show. And then for 3 and 4, I see Wild Thornberry's down here. Doug.
I almost listed it. It's a good show.
I would probably say
featuring Iggy Azalea.
I'd probably say Wild Thornberry's probably squeaks in there, and then oh boy, it'd probably be a toss up between Keenan and Kel, which is again throwing it back, and Cat Dog.
Do they have all that in the mix? That was
oh my god. Dude,
all that is in the mix. I saw it.
So many. I like literally.
Rocket Power I was hoping to have on my list, but
yeah,
Rocco's
Modern Life. I feel like that was a good show too. There's a lot.
I think we got the best ones though. We definitely got the best.
Oh yeah. Fred the Show, there's no shot that that's the guy from YouTube.
Hey, it's Fred!
That is. I was looking at that earlier. I'm pretty sure that's the
oh boy,
the guy from YouTube.
All right. Let's move on here. Overall, I think two great drafts from both of you. So well done. Next thing we're gonna do is the pick'ems. So each manager gets to pick one player from the opposing team who they think is going to score the most points this week. We are going to implement a new rule. You cannot pick the opposing team's quarterback. I think that's just kind of like a safe bet. And yeah, kind of the highest floor for most cases. So you can't pick the opposing team's quarterback. Otherwise, fair game. So, Nick, we'll start with you.
Well, I was going to be stuck with Russell Wilson, which would have been a trash pick. Mr. Unlimited, Broncos country. I think I'm going to have to go with the king, who I hope is not the king this week. But we're going with the king, Derrick Henry.
Okay. That's a good pick, man. I mean, if you can't go quarterback, yeah. That's 100%.
Can't go wrong with the king.
Yep. All right. Reigning champ. Who do you got?
And since we discussed this new change to this policy of selecting the best player on the other team, obviously it would have been Lamar. We know I ride for Lamar. He's my fantasy quarterback in the other league, so with that not being an available option this week, I think I'm going to have to go Dameon Pierce. Psych! What a fucking joke. Who has a fucking Houston Texans running back as their starter? Najee Harris, go Steelers.
Ooh, okay. Steel City. All right.
Could have done George Pickens.
Bench warmer. All right, those are two good picks. Next thing we're going to do is the Monday Night Football score prediction, and then obviously total points is really what matters here. So this week we have Rams versus 49ers. Good divisional matchup there. Aldi, I'll let you go first. What's your score prediction?
Rams, Niners. So it's kind of a weighted question here. I have the Rams defense in my other league. But I don't think I have anyone on the 49ers on any of my fantasy teams. So let's say 20-13.
Okay.
30-point total.
Who do you got
20 to
winning?
13 49ers.
Rams.
Rams.
All right. Lower scoring. I feel like that's a solid guess. You know, those divisional matchups seem to be defensive, but cool.
I always play the under, but
That's right.
let's ride.
Could pay off. All right, Nick, what's your score prediction?
I think I was planning on this being the Thursday night prediction, but we got Stafford versus Jimmy G. I think Stafford's going to have a good first half. Jimmy's going to struggle. Going to put themselves in a hole, but Stafford's going to throw some bad interceptions in the second half. Give it back to the 49ers. Jimmy G's going to get it done with a game-winning touchdown pass to my boy Kittle, which will help me beat my boy, whatever your team name is. What is it now? Exterminators?
The Exterminators, yeah.
Help beat the Exterminators. I got 49ers over Rams, 21-19.
Sheesh. All
Yeah.
right. Like the analysis there. That's good stuff. All right. Last pick'em question is for the Battle Axe Fantasy Football League Week 4 matchups. Who are the 5 teams that you see or you think will take home the dubs this week? We've been kind of going back and forth. So, Nick, we can start with you if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up this one.
I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Shorty, what you want? Shorty, what you need? My niggas run the game. We ain't never leave. Counting up this money. We ain't never sleep. You got
Guys, I apologize. One of my editors accidentally recorded over the matchup of the week. Not really sure what he recorded. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. But safe to say that editor is no longer with the company. But luckily we were able to recover the second half of the matchup of the week. So let's just go ahead, jump right in.
All right. So matchup number 1, Goat Gustav versus the Exterminators. Pretty easy choice there.
Yeah, why are we doing that?
I forgot.
Welcome to our life tonight.
I forgot.
All right. First matchup. Goat Gustav versus the Exterminators. Pretty easy. I'm going with Goat Gustav. First win of the year. We're going to continue to have a lot of points for, less points against. Lamar's my ride or die. I feel great about him. Second matchup, Brad News Bears, an injury prone. It's hard to put my money on a team named injury prone. So I'm going with Brad News Bears.
Mixon's doing good for him tonight, though.
No, that's fine. I'm still
all right.
riding Brad
That's all
News Bears here. I feel good about that.
I respect it.
B Crafts Massage Parlor versus Dookie Johnson's. Ethan's team has been it's been dominant this year, and to be honest, it's a scary lineup. But I don't think he's going undefeated. This is a trap game, I would say, and I think Dookie Johnson's is gonna lay a Dookie Johnson on Ethan's squad here. So we're going with Dookie Johnson.
All right.
Fourth matchup, team who mustn't be named versus Sam Terry, also known as Andrew McElhaney. This is a juicy one, I think these are two people who really want to beat each other here.
Hey, are you awake?
Yeah.
I just want you to know I hate you. And so does my dad.
Well, that's fine. Because guess what? I hate you too. And this house sucks ass.
I'm gonna ride with Andy on this one. I think there's some fuel there that's gonna will his team to a victory here. So I'm going with Team Sam Terry, managed by Andrew McElhaney. And then final matchup, highly questionable versus Sprague. Brandon's a good manager. Sprague, I think you're a good drafter, but I don't think you make any moves, and I don't think you're winning this matchup. So we're going with highly questionable.
Nice. Good detailed analysis there. All right, Aldi. If you're awake over there, let's hear it.
I might be able to add something onto the tail end of that. Sprague won against you last week, correct, Nikki?
Sprague did win against me, and I think it was a hard loss for my team, but it's week 3, week 4 now, and we're moving on. We're on to the Exterminators.
Praying for that first win.
Preparing for that first win.
So,
all right, Aldi. What are your picks?
Preparing for success.
All right. Well, in no particular fashion, I have Ethan versus Gabe. And obviously, Gabe, your team is terrible. Got destroyed last week by yours truly. So, Ethan, you got my vote. Sam versus Andy. It's been said before, and it's worth saying again, we do not ride for Andy.
Jeez.
So you vote, Sam. Just kidding, Andy.
We love you, Andy. We love you.
Brandon versus Sprague. That's an interesting one. I think Sprague can continue on his hot streak. So, I'm kind of on the fence there, but let's go Sprague, all right? And then we got Brad versus Brett. Kind of the same story here, Brett. Sorry. I mean, your team can do it against me. What makes you think you're going to be able to do it against Brad? Go Commish. Come on. Brad News Bears.
Appreciate it.
And then obviously the matchup you've all been waiting for. Me versus Nicholas Sundquist. Time for me to let you guys all in on the secret of my team name here, the Exterminators. Some of you may or may not remember a time once upon a time long ago in college, intramural football. Nikki's nickname used to be the Rat Child.
And
we are here to be the exterminators of the rat children. Nikki's team.
All right. You got an army of rat children coming after you today.
Oh, man.
Starting today.
All right. Okay. Those are the predictions. Appreciate the insights there.
The Exterminators. All right.
All right. Now we're going to get into the trash talk section. I know we've already been kind of chipping at each other thus far, which is great. But this is kind of like what I titled to be the trash talk section. Do with that what you will. All right. Describe your opponent in 5 words. I will let whoever go first. I lost track at who was set to go first. So does anybody want to start us off?
Sundquist.
No one moved.
All right. Describe your opponent in 5 words.
Yep.
I thought for a while on this, and there were a lot of different directions I could take this. I think Aldi gives me a lot of material to work with, so I want to thank you for that. But I'm sticking with fantasy here. I'm describing my opponent's team. What really comes to mind when I see Aldi's squad is that, Cup and Debo are gone. So I think you hit the jackpot last year. You drafted a squad, you stuck with it like you do every year. You draft your squad and you stick with it. And I mean, who am I to argue with it? It won you a championship last year. It may have gotten you like 5 last place finishes the years before. But I feel this year you don't have Cup, you don't have Debo, no championship backup, no back-to-back championship for you. It is what it is. You're a team that doesn't make moves. I'm not afraid of you.
Okay.
That wasn't our 5-word segment, right?
Yeah.
That was an explanation for my 5 words.
His 5 words were Cup and Debo are gone, right?
Yes. I had to count them too. Don't worry.
Good. All right. Aldi.
All right. I'm sorry I had to do this to you, Nikki, but I really don't have anything bad to say about you at all as a person, but about your team. The
No redos.
Rat children are pussies.
Okay. There's 5. 5 and done. 5 and done. 5 and done. All right.
You
Next thing.
are not Dr. Disrespect.
The name is Mr. Respect. Back.
All right. Next thing. What is one thing you're 100% better at than your opponent?
Aldi, you're up.
Aldi.
Well, I'll do Nikki's part. Swimming. Stupid. Better at, what am I better at than Nikki? Growing this fucking sick mustache.
Okay.
All right. That's fair. All right.
4 months is
You gotta let you go first because I had a couple prepared here, varying in intensity. I did have Fall Guys in there. Just figured I'd throw that out. Fall Guys was one. I'm not going to use that as my answer.
Because that would be
passing out. I think I'm better. I'm better than you at passing out. From what I remember. But I to be honest, this was one of the hard ones for me because I didn't know what to go with. But after seeing Aldi try and just like join a Google Meets, do something that simple, I'm gonna say just like using technology. I'm 100% guaranteed better than you at using technology. Like that was for all of you who did not have to witness that. You are lucky because I mean we're on an hour and a half here because of you know who. So
that's not.
I'm gonna have to go with using technology, Brad.
That's fair. If this loaded up like on time, it would have been fine. So
Nick, you're first. If you lost the league, what punishment would you choose?
It's easy to say polar plunge because it's over and done with, but I've done enough metaphorical polar plunges in my life. So I think I would have a blast with the combine, and I don't think my combine stats would be where they were in college. I might have lost maybe 0.2, 0.3 off my 40, but I think I would still like to see that. I would get a total of 0 bench presses at 225, but hey, I'm a quarterback. I'm not a D tackle, so I don't need those bench presses.
Nice. All right, respect it. Matt, what about you?
put a little bit of thought into this. Obviously, Ethan's, Nikki's answer with the combine. It'd be fun for me. I wouldn't want to depress you guys with my scores on that combine, but close second to that would be the beer mile. I think Natty Daddy beer mile.
Dude. Okay. If you do a Natty Daddy beer mile and don't die, props. Hopefully we don't have to witness that though. All right. Aldi, we'll start with you. very similar question, but who do you think or who do you want to lose, and what punishment would you like to see them do?
Well, obviously, who I would like to see lose, Nikki, of course.
Fair.
And guess fact is kind of out the window so far, right? That's not an option. Still waiting on that. But let's see Nikki do the Nikki with a vanity license plate on that nice electric car would be pretty cute. So, and I think I could good name through and I could get that approved by the other owners. So let's see Nikki taking the L with a nice license plate, courtesy of all our owners and possible future champs.
Cool.
I have been wanting to change my license plate, so wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
All right. He's on board. He's on board.
Be ready.
All right. Nick, what about you?
Well, I don't think like I root to see anyone do bad. That's just not inherently what I do. But, it really comes down to 3 people. And all 3 of these put 0 effort into this league. So, it would just be sweet seeing any of you guys lose. And those 3 are obviously Aldi. We've called that out before. I've already mentioned it, but Sprag. I don't think Sprag has ever put in a waiver claim in his life. And then I'm going to put Sam as number 3. Especially after Sam called me out last week. So it's tough. I think the easy choice here would be Aldi. I don't know if it would be quite as satisfying seeing Sam, because Sam's across country and I don't even think he can do the polar plunge. And I think his 40 would actually be impressive. So I don't know about the combine, but I'm gonna go Sprag. I think Sprag would just hate it more than any of us. Like he would just absolutely hate the punishment. So I'm gonna say Sprag.
And what punishment did you say, the combine, or did you not pick one?
Is it what one that I would want him to do, or
yeah, like if you could pick which one he did, or which one would you want to see him do the most?
Beer mile.
The beer mile? Yeah, the beer mile would suck, dude. But it's over, it's over in if you're me, it's over in like 12 minutes. Oh.
Good time.
Yeah, no, I just no shot. Awesome. I think those are all the questions and picks that we needed. So last thing, I'll just open up the floor. Any closing remarks from either manager?
I'll go first here, Brad.
Okay.
This is going to be, I hope, a new segment to be long-standing here. The shout-outs and the call-outs. My first shout-out I would like to give is Manny for last week believing in me to defeat fucking the greasy hair Gibbers. I would absolutely trust that man's judgment any day of the week. He knows how to pick them. And a couple things to go along with Gabe. I would like to also make a couple statements on the greasy hair Gibbers. I don't know if you guys have access to my store yet or what. If you guys haven't received these in the mail yet, just hit me up. I can get these to you. It's my new merch of my shop. I don't know if you guys can read that clear here.
For those of you at home, it says Gabe's Ronies. Circled above.
New merch in the store. Second, sorry, Gabe, you're getting hammered here right now, but I couldn't help but in preparing in this week's episode, what I did watch was last week's, and I just noticed that your beer was fucking absurdly still full. So this also will go to serve as a teaching segment for all of you that finish low man. This is how you shotgun a beer. Please watch and learn.
Pukes everywhere.
Wow. Yeah.
But it should sound like when you're empty.
Amazing.
Can we please get a sound replay of Gabe's when he set it down on the ground or on his counter last time? Yes, exactly. Other shout outs. Sam, we don't ride for Andy. I agree. Bury him. He beat me week 1, so we don't let him live that down. And then so that finishes my shout out call out segment.
All right.
Nick, how about you?
Well, I'll just kick it off and say that I want to thank everyone for a great start to the season so far. It's been a lot of fun. Draft was a blast. Had a lot of fun with everybody. Unlike Aldi and Sam, I do ride for Andy. Andy and I are boys, so Andy, I got you here. But I just want to quickly discuss a couple players on my team here. I've had some guys on the trade block, and I've noticed a lack of trade requests coming through here. So just want to quickly talk about a couple of these guys. Number 1, Pat Freiermuth, hell of a tight end, up and coming. I'm the same guy who had Mark Andrews and Waller and Kittle, all these guys before they were good. I have Freiermuth now. He gets targets nonstop. They literally chant Muth after every catch. So he's going to get a lot of targets because Tomlin's all about that stuff. Down the list, Renfro, hell of a receiver. I don't need to start 2 Raiders. Send me an offer. A.J. Dillon, biggest quads you'll ever see. Ever. And you got to tell me that guy's not going to get goal line carries. A.J. Dillon. And last, I'm just gonna throw out there that Kittle is also on the trade block if anyone really wants to make a big move. Jimmy G's his guy, and I think he's gonna have a good rest of the year. And Aldi, real quick question for you: is Mr. Derrick Henry on the trading block?
My first round pick.
Yes, he's had a rough start to the year. I'm just curious if you're still riding him or if you're. That's been the phrase of the day, but if you're trying to move on from him or if you're still good with him.
Derrick Henry is what you wish A.J. Dillon was for you. Like for me here. And
I'll tell you what.
And I know
Damian Pierce was not on the trade block.
I know you know who A.J. Dillon is, Brad, but I cannot.
Let's not go there. Past is the past. I think the answer there is no. Derrick Henry bounced back last week, so I think he gave Aldi a little taste of what's hopefully to come.
It's only 3 weeks into the season, about to be 4.
Worst O-line in football.
It's all right.
All right.
It's going to be a tough climb out of 0-4, Sunquist.
We'll see.
Tough climb.
We'll see.
Tough climb.
It will be a tough climb. I'm hoping to avoid it.
All right, gentlemen. Appreciate your time. Thanks again for hopping on. Once again, we'll let your players do the talking. We'll see how this all ends up. And once again, best of luck.
Awesome. Thank you, Kamish. Hell of a job. Appreciate you having us on here. It was a great time. Aldi, good luck this week, man. That's all I can say to you.
Thanks, Brad.
See ya.
Week 4 forecast. It's your boy Brandon Mitchell here with the weather. It's going to be a segment that we're going to kind of be doing each week as I'll give you some insights to your fantasy football forecast. So, without further ado, let's get it going. Teams that you don't have to worry about any weather conditions, call it the Always Sunny Club out here. Here are your matchups. You'll see that, nothing to worry about here with these matchups. Getting into the dome zone out here. These are teams that are going to be playing in the dome, so also don't have to worry about those weather conditions there because there is no weather in the dome zone out here. For games that are affected by weather, I'm going to call on my boys Ollie and Al to help me out. You know, it's going to rain. It's going to rain a lot because we got Hurricane Ian coming up the eastern coast out here. So starting off, Cardinals at Panthers. We got mostly cloudy conditions. Ian will have passed by this point, so precipitation is going to be light at the most. But you're going to see as we go forward, we have some other matchups that are going to be actually more affected by Ian. Bills at Ravens is one of those. Cloudy periods of rain, breezy conditions. Winds could be gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70% there. Similarly, Jaguars at Giants, mostly cloudy. Same kind of forecast, breezy conditions. Those winds are going to be really howling out there up the northeast. Bears at Eagles. Breezy conditions, a little bit less on the rain chances, even though you could still see some rain during the day. And then Jets at Steelers, cloudy. Slight chance of rain as we're going to be a little further from the remnants of Ian, but still breezy conditions. So if you got kickers in any of these games, watch out. They might start missing a few. And then just a headline, kind of overview of the entire forecast for this week. Remnants of Ian pretty much going to be the story. And take note that the field conditions, even though it might not be raining presently, will be affected during those matchups that I just described. And then Chiefs at Bucks was scheduled to go to Minnesota. However, after Tampa Bay was a near miss from the worst of Ian, the game will remain there and expect clear skies for that Sunday night matchup. So overall, here's a summary for the Week 4 games, and good luck, everyone.
Are y'all ready? Let's get it.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah.
Come on.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah.
That's enough out of you. That is enough for the day. All right. Wobble of the week, baby. Last week, Sprague was put in a position where he had to pick his flex position against Goat Gustav. Both teams had not had a win yet, both sitting at 0-2, so it was a pretty big decision. Looking back, Sprague went with Deontay Johnson in his flex, who scored 12.4 points, pretty solid. 8 receptions for 84 yards. The other options that I put for him were Chase Edmonds, who I believe was in his flex at the time that I recorded. Chase Edmonds ended at 15.2 points, so more than Deontay. And then Curtis Samuel was the other option, who didn't do too hot, 9.6 points. So, Sprague didn't pick the person who had the highest amount of points out of those options, but it really didn't matter. He still ended up winning by about 14 points. The difference between Deontay and who was the other person, Chase Edmonds, wasn't that significant. So that's a dub in my book. So shout out to Sprague. Week 4. We're going over to Dookie Johnson. I feel like I've heard that name a lot this episode. That's all right. That may have swayed my decision. I really don't know. But we're going over to Dookie's squad. He's got a big matchup against Ethan this week. So I think if he wants to pull off the upset, he's going to really have to hit every position. He's going to have to, score as many points as possible. That's typically how you win in fantasy. But, right now he has Brandon Cooks in his flex spot. Again, I'm kind of honing in on this, flex position, but I really do think that that's the potential make or break spot on rosters. Right now, he has Brandon Cooks as his flex spot or flex start for this week. Pulling up his stats, let's see. He had 11.7 points week 1, 7.4 week 2, and then 3.2 last week. He's played some pretty solid defenses in Indianapolis, Denver, and Chicago. This week they play the Chargers, and they've been, honestly pretty shitty. They just let the Jaguars throw on them all last week, so maybe Gabe knows something that we don't. That's why, Brandon Cooks is in his starting lineup. But I think he has a couple of other options. Next one would be Chris Godwin. Kind of a boom or bust play here. Why? Well, he's been out basically since week 1. I think second quarter, he kind of got re-aggravated his injury. So, obviously week 1 he had 5 points. Nothing since because he hasn't played. If he comes back, Sunday Night Football, Bucks, Chiefs, Tampa's going to want to put on a show, man. I mean, Tampa, like Brandon just said, they were just missed by the hurricane. Fans are going to be, super rowdy. They're going to be, fired up. I'm sure Brady and co are going to want to show out. So if Godwin plays, if he suits up, there's a potential that he goes off. So that's a tough kind of spot for Gabe. And then finally, Breece Hall. I mean, it's not an exciting name, any sort of Jets running back, you kind of feel meh about, but look at his numbers here. The last 2 weeks, he's been solid. He has 12.5 in week 2 and 12.2 last week against Cincinnati. Honestly, that's solid. I think I would take those. I would take 12 points every week from my flex spot. It's a pretty safe, floor total. We'll see. I mean, they play Pittsburgh. They're without TJ Watt. Haven't been anything, crazy special this year defensively, or offensively with Trubisky. But Breece Hall might get a shot to shine here. Who knows? That's this week's Wobble of the Week. Gabe, no pressure, but basically, this week's matchup is riding on it. If you want to beat Ethan, give him his first loss of the season. You have to hit this. So just take a deep breath, dial it in, and make the right decision. I mean, it's really that simple. That's Wobble of the Week, and that's this week's episode. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week. Peace!